Hello, hockey fans. How's everybody doing? Just going to review the Saturday games quick and then get on to Sunday's picks. 5 games for Sunday, so it'll be a short video here. But quickly for Saturday, we had Winnipeg beat Ottawa 5-2. We had Boston beat Arizona 4-2. We had Edmonton come back and they ended up winning 3-2 against Nashville. They were down 2-0 during the game. Montreal came back late in the third, tied it with Toronto 1-1 into overtime, and they won 2-1. Tampa beat the Islanders 3-1. Pittsburgh over Florida 3-2. That was an interesting game, really busy at the beginning of the game, and then it was just really defensive on both ends with not much offense and no more goals scored. But still, Pittsburgh got the win there. New Jersey over the LA Kings 3-0. Philadelphia came back after their loss at home and beat Washington at home 7-2. Colorado tied the game 1-1 and then came back and they actually won 2-1 against Columbus. Dallas over St. Louis 3-2 in overtime. Calgary and Vancouver. I didn't watch the whole game. I watched parts of it, and it was unfortunate watching Vancouver. It looked like they were really missing. They weren't communicating well. It looked like something was going on with that squad, and Calgary proved it by winning 6-2, but just some really poor play from Vancouver. Carolina over Vegas 6-5 in a shootout. Ended up going 7-5. Be nice to get them all one of these days, but maybe that'll be Sunday here. First game, Colorado against Minnesota. Minnesota 6-4-0 with a current 3-game winning streak. Their last win was over Dallas 3-2. Dubnyk is probable in net for Minnesota. Against Colorado, who's 6-2-2 with a current 3-game winning streak. Francouz probable in net for Colorado. Their last win was over Columbus 2-1. Minnesota leads the season series 2-1. Colorado won 4-2 in October. Minnesota 3-2 in November and 6-4 in December. Both these teams are great hockey teams. Got some really good goaltending coming out of Dubnyk right now. I don't know if the extra rest, it doesn't seem to be playing as big a part as I would like to think, but Minnesota at home, I'm going to take Minnesota to beat Colorado. Second game, Chicago against Winnipeg. Winnipeg being 4-5-1 with a current 1-game winning streak. Their last win was over Ottawa 5-2. Hellebuyck probable in net for Winnipeg. Chicago 6-2-2 with 2 overtime decisions. They've lost 2 of their last overtime decisions. Crawford probable in net. And their last loss was at 1-2 Boston, which I've mentioned before. And again, because I watched that game and I just felt like Chicago really got the short end of the stick on that one, and they should have won that game, but it was a loss. Chicago, this is the first of a 5-game road trip for them. They lead the season series 2-1. The Jets won 3-2 in October, then Chicago 4-1 December and 5-2 in January. I like both these teams, but I'm going to take Chicago. I'm going to take Chicago to beat Winnipeg for my second pick. Third game, Boston against Detroit. Detroit won 8-1 with a current 1-game losing streak. Bernier probable in net for Detroit, and their last loss was to Columbus. I thought Columbus had a real easy time with them, and they won 2-0. Boston, current 6-game winning streak, 7-2-1 in their last 10. Halleck confirmed in net. They're first in the Atlantic. Their last win was over Arizona 4-2. So Boston's trying for their 7th straight win. Yet the Red Wings lead this season series 1-0 with a 4-2 win back in November. I got to take Boston. I think Boston's going to win that game. Fourth game, Anaheim against Buffalo. Buffalo 5-4-1 with a current 1-game winning streak. Their last win was against the New York Rangers 3-2. The Rangers made a bit of a push at the back and tried to come back in that game, but they ended up losing to Buffalo 3-2. Hutton probable in net for Buffalo against Anaheim, who's 5-3-2 with 2 overtime decisions. So they've lost their last 2 in overtime. I believe that was Toronto and Montreal, but the last one was to Toronto and was a 5-4 overtime loss. Gibson's probable in net for Anaheim. The Ducks lead the season series with a 5-2 win in October. So they're winning the season series 1-0. I'm going to go with Anaheim here. I'm going to go with another road team on this one. I know Buffalo's had a couple wins. some of their wins haven't been against very good teams, and I just don't really like what I see with them right now. So I'm going to go with Anaheim to beat Buffalo. And on to the fifth game and the last game for Sunday. The Los Angeles Kings against the New York Rangers. The Rangers 5-5-0 with a current one-game loss, which was to Buffalo of 3-2. Shesterkin probably in net for the Rangers against the Los Angeles Kings, who are 1-8-1 with a current 4-game losing streak. Quick probable in net for them. Their last loss was to New Jersey, 3-0. The Kings lead the season series 1-0 with a 3-1 win in December. Panarin's playing well, but I think the Rangers are playing well. Even, I don't know if they took Buffalo serious enough, and then they fell behind 3-0. They came back and pushed 2 goals and then tried to come back in that game. They obviously fell short, but I still think they're playing good hockey. So I got to take the Rangers for the last pick there. So the 5 games that are on the board: Colorado against Minnesota. I'm going to take Minnesota over Colorado. Chicago over Winnipeg. Boston over Detroit. Anaheim over Buffalo. And the Rangers over Los Angeles. Hope everyone has a great Sunday. Good luck with your picks, and thanks for watching.